The people of Norway have united with their Danish neighbors under one banner and ruler to form what is being called the Kalmar Union. Nowadays, to raise a fist at one is to raise a fist to all in the Union.
After Karl's death in 1470, Sweden remained largely autonomous under a series of regents known as riksföreståndare, protectors of the realm. Among them, Sten Sture the Elder successfully defended Swedish independence against Danish attempts to restore control, most notably defeating King Christian I at the Battle of Brunkeberg in 1471. Decades later, Christian II of Denmark invaded Sweden in 1520, defeating Sture at the Battle of Bogesund. His subsequent coronation as King of Sweden was overshadowed by the infamous Stockholm Bloodbath, in which dozens of Swedish nobles and clergy supporters of Sture were executed. This brutal act ignited the Swedish War of Liberation, led by Gustav Vasa, whose father had been among those executed. With support from the Hanseatic city of Lübeck, Vasa organized a nationwide uprising that ultimately expelled the Danes. In 1523, Gustav Vasa was proclaimed King of Sweden, marking the definitive end of the Kalmar Union after more than a century of intermittent unity and strife. Denmark and Norway remained linked under the Danish crown. The union between these two kingdoms gradually evolved into a more centralized monarchy dominated by Copenhagen. Following the Count's feud, a civil war that destabilized Denmark, the Danish Privy Council formally declared Norway a Danish province in 1536, while Norway technically retained its status as a kingdom and maintained its own laws. Its Council of the Realm and central institutions were dissolved, leaving it politically subordinate to Denmark. Thus began the Denmark-Norway Union, which endured for nearly 3 centuries. Historian Sverre Barge identifies several factors that contributed to the instability of the Kalmar Union. The significant power of national aristocracies within each kingdom. The differing impacts of the Union's foreign policy on Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. For instance, Danish-led attempts to expand into northern Germany advanced Danish interests but proved costly for Sweden, which faced higher taxes and restrictions on exporting iron to the Hanseatic League. The challenges posed by geography, which made centralized control difficult, particularly during periods of rebellion. The vast territorial extent of the Union, which complicated administration and governance. Denmark's limited capacity to enforce the Union, as it was not strong enough to compel Norway and Sweden to remain united.